Christmas is a time of huge consumption and overindulgence, and also a heavy burden for our surrounding environment as well. However, Christmas does not necessarily require expensive decorations, as recycled materials can also be a choice of celebrating this big festival as well. Every year, the five-star Grand Hyatt Hotel makes a magnificent Christmas tree using mooncake boxes, interactive lightings, and used monitors. More and more families and hotels nowadays prefer using recycled materials to decorate their Christmas trees. Traditional Christmas trees are essentially a crop to be harvested, which takes about 9 years to grow and years to decompose in a landfill. An eco-friendly way nowadays of getting a Christmas tree is to buy a potted one that can be replanted year after year. Or even more simply, people could create a Christmas tree with existing used materials.
Generally, people will just throw away old monitors, but we're trying to use these old monitors and use it more often during this festive period. When we use them, we do not need to spend an extra budget on decorating the Christmas trees, as the monitor could display different colorful images. This is another perspective that we look at the monitors.
This is a great idea because for Christmas trees we need to put some different light bulbs in order to make it glow. But these Christmas trees that are made out of monitors are already glowing without any light bulbs. Also, the atmosphere is very good during night time. I think this is a great idea.
However, the director of Macau Ecological Society, Kyle Choi, takes a different view. He says many gray areas and misunderstandings still exist in the concept of recycling in the society. Although Zero Waste Christmas is still a long way to go in the city, still, raising public awareness about having a sustainable Christmas is never too late from an environmental protection perspective.
I want to clarify one point, that using old or used materials is not necessarily equivalent to the concept of recycling, because I think that the true concept of recycling is to reduce the amount of waste. Of course, here I'm not talking about a specific institution or organization, that people are using recycled materials on other purposes. This is a good thing, of course, if it's on the right purpose. However, some institutions would use some materials that are still functional or not considered as garbage to create something new, such as decorations or design. And these things really become waste after the festive period is over. So I want people to understand that this is not recycling instead. It's, in other words, creating more waste. For some hotels, the ones who use monitors to create Christmas trees, I personally think this is a great idea, as they can use these used monitors for many years. However, I focus more on the point that do people really keep these so-called used materials after the festive period, and do they just throw away these materials in the landfill and create more waste? This is what we should focus on instead.
Kyle Choi believes that the government should provide more supporting measures along with its recycling policies in order to make the concept of recycling more effective.
Macau is definitely a suitable city for recycling, not to mention in terms of resources or locations. But the fact is that the budget allocated to these policies is actually low in Macau compared to other regions. It's important that the government provides more supporting measures for the industries to do more recycling. I can see that the government has been implementing various policies, such as recycling the electronic devices, and they have set 2 buildings specifically for processing these electronic devices. And we need now to focus on how the government provides supporting measures and how it cooperates with the industry. As this recycling has its market value, then the industry has a motivation to do it. So the government should really work with industry and further the steps towards recycling. This is a step-by-step progress, and the government should take the neighboring regions as reference. Definitely Macau has the condition to do recycling, as it is a small city. Cost on transportation is much smaller compared to other regions.
The Environmental Protection Bureau earlier launched a trial plan that aims to collect 50,000 electronic devices, including computers, mobile phones, sound systems, and other communication devices. The trial plan was implemented since 2 months ago and includes the collection from public entities, individual citizens, schools and education institutions, as well as other private non-profit organizations.